It would not be possible without you guys. Alright, so Tito Tani, Botanical Sanctum on the first turn. And there goes Shinji with the classic Soulscar Mage. And Strategic Planning as the first spell for Tito Tani. Looks at the top 3, puts one into his hand, and the rest into the graveyard. So I'm not sure what he... Alright. So wow, throws away the Fave Wishes. And there's already the Thespian stage on the field. And there's the Monastery Sweep Spear. Oh no! Skips a drop of a land. Looks like Tani likes what he sees. That's also a very good card. Being able to block. I think he's gonna throw that into the battlefield. And just slam in the Lotus field. Yep, he's thinking about it. Yep. Baral. Oh, he's gonna play the Balagat Recovery. Nice. Alright, alright, alright. So he wants to save the Lotus field. So the best thing about the card is that you can play it as a land. And there's the third creature right there, Monastery Sweep Spear again. But do not count Shinji out because when he draws that land, he's gonna go off like really, really good. Alright. Floats in for 2 mana. Lotus field. Copies the field. Alright, so he's set up for the next turn. Tatombikas! Yep, it flips back into the original card, which is the Balagat Recovery, not a land. On any other zones, it's the card in the front. Oh, there's the second land. Eidolon! Woo! Alright, so, but I don't think Tito Tani is worried about that. Blocks 1, takes 2, down to 14. And Tito Tani looking really excited right now because he's still alive even after like the 4th turn. Alright, cycles the Vizier of Tumbling Sands. The Eidolon isn't really a threat to Tani's deck because all of his spells are like greater than 3. Dig through time, pour over the page. I guess Hidden Strings can deal damage to him, but I mean, if he goes off, then it's already over. Yeah, there's the, I think that's the pour over the pages. So he's got tons of mana remaining. Magnihuy naman ang camera guys, pasensya na kayo. Is misbehaving. Alright, dig through time again. And hopefully that fixes it. And we're still in game 1 by the way guys. Very, very exciting Pioneer match. That looks a bit tilted. So what's happening right here? Finishes his dig, floats more mana, takes 2 from the Eidolon with the Hidden Strings. I still don't think that's gonna kill him though, because he has a Baral on the field. The Baral is doing a lot of work, not just being a blocker, an efficient blocker, but as well as making a lot of discount. Takes 2 again. Yep. Balagat Recovery, getting a card from the graveyard. Pour over the pages for 4 mana. draws 3 cards, untaps 2 lands. And he's already looking at the sideboard. Do you think this is it's about time to scoop it up? There's a lot of mana already. Tito Tanya is generating. And a lot of card advantage. Just looting away his library. Alright, granted. It's 4! It's 4! Yeah, Shinji was like, yeah, take 2, but you don't. You ain't gonna take 2 because it's 4 to cast. And he's gonna bring in Omniscience. I think it's about to spend all the mana. Omniscience. And there's the Master's Acquisition right there. So, for those who are wondering why this card is on the deck, because where's the card? Mastermind's Acquisition. There you go. So he's going for another dig, I believe, but it doesn't matter because he's just gonna win anyway. Puts 2 in his hand, rest on the bottom. There's another Cycling Vizier. It's still floating, man. It's basically unlimited mana right now. Draws a card. Hi Ras, thank you so much for the like. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yep, Mastermind's Acquisition. He's going to the sideboard to get a card. A card from Ixalan. So basically oh wow, he's gonna reset the board with Shatter. Okay. Into the Roy. Oh, no. So he's going to bounce the... Alright. He's going to bounce the Eidolon. Yeah, and this is why, like, he doesn't really care. He's gonna pour over the pages. Strategic planning. Puts 1 in his hand, rest in the graveyard. So, by the way, guys, this is still game 1, and it's still Tito Tanya's turn. He's just comboing off. Dig through time, puts 2 cards in his hand again. There is the Peer over the Abyss. So anyways, I lost thought of track right there for the Mastermind's Acquisition. There's the Peer. Basically, people have been using extraction cards against the Lotus combo to deal with the, like, because basically if you don't have Veil Wishes, you basically lose. Unless you have a backup plan in sideboard, which takes forever to find, especially in the latest iteration of Lotus combo. But now they have their new technology, which is the Mastermind's Acquisition. It's basically an extra Veil Wishes. Game 1 pa ni. Because when he extracts the Veil Wishes, he still Mastermind's Acquisition to actually win the game. So that's how the deck is able to adapt. So I think he drew his whole library, like half of his library of what's left of it, using Peer into the Abyss, which is the latest card from M21. And I think he pulled a Balaged from his deck, because I think he has 3 Balageds. He's looking at his remaining cards. Discards a card with pour over the pages. Cast Fae, cast Jace, I believe, and it's over. Alright. And normally, he wasn't able to update it last season. Still managed to pull off a top 8. So, not a player you want to go up against in this league. Especially if you're new into the format. So Soul Scar for Shinji on the first turn, and an early Arboreal Grazer into double Botanical Sanctum for Tito Tani. Looking good. Right? Takes care of the Grazer, but had to spend the Wild Slash right there. Alright. Gito Lava Runner to end the turn. So what is Tito Tani's next move? So he could play a Lotus Field if he has one already. Alright, so let's try. Gets them to search the Lotus Field and plays it right off. So for those who are not familiar with what just happened earlier, so the Lotus Field is a card from Core Set 2020 where it's basically a Black Lotus. Hey Star! Nana si Kuan Starry, the man, the myth, the legend. So Boros Charm off the top, down to 4.
Ay, wala mga island.
Island, sige, sige. Alright, let me just Tito Tani going to 11. Alright. So Tanex down to 11. Throws in Barral into strategic planning. So still on the defense. You guys want a piece of him? Come here, Top Deck Games.
Good luck.
Alright, so he plays the Yavi Mayakos, goes down to 10. Another strategic planning. Oh, that's very dangerous of Tito Tani to go down to 10. Ah, sige, sige.
I-upside down lang.
Sige, sige. Sorry, gusto na siya modula. Alright, Wild Slash. That's Prowess 1, and I believe the Lava Runner is now a 2-2. Light up the stage, so that's the second Prowess. Looks at that. Oh! Oh! Wizard Lightning. That's Prowess 3, so that's 4, 5, 6. Alright, goes light up the stage again. So that's Prowess 5. Wait, what? Roiling Vortex? Oh, yeah, it's already post-board, so that makes sense. Goes down to 1! Oh, so... I believe this is supposed to be the technology against the like storm decks. I mean, not storm decks, like combo decks or basically Uro decks. Basically, Roiling Vortex is a very powerful card where it just deals 1 to each player every turn. So it's a clock on its own, and if you cast anything without mana, without spending mana, then it deals 5 to that player. So it's definitely anti-combo card. And your opponents can gain life for 1 red. So, but seems like Tito Tani needs to win this turn. Otherwise, he's going to have to go to game 3. So Baral is already in the graveyard. I think he's... Alright, pour over the pages. Yep, he cycled. So he draws 3. There's the Wilt. Ah, yikes. He drew 2 lands and a Wilt. Untaps 2 lands. So he has 1 mana floating. Or no, he probably doesn't. I think he used them all. So 3, using 2, I believe. That's an exile. He's gonna go planning. Alright, he's gonna go planning. He's digging. He needs to untap his lands. Nope. Players, wow. Alright, so starting things off, Sanctum into Yavi Maya Coast from the Grazer. Inspiring Vantage into the foil Soulscar Mage. Shoutouts to Nigel Sia for the support, making this possible. Strategic planning on the second turn. There's a hidden strings there. Can he get the Lotus Field? Throws the dig through time. There you go. Lotus Field on turn 2, taking things off really fast. So Shinji needs to step up the pace. So I believe I forgot to explain how Titotani's deck works. So basically, Alright, so basically, namatay ang Arboreal Grazer, ladies and gentlemen, while I was talking about the combo. So Lotus Field, card from 2020, enters the battlefield tap, and you have to sacrifice 2 cards when it enters the battlefield. 2 lands, I believe. And it's basically a Black Lotus. So you can't play it on turn 1. You need to have 2 lands before you play it. So that's why we saw the Grazer as early as turn 1, putting 2 lands already, and then slamming the Lotus Field. And now, with the Thespian Stage, he's able to copy the Lotus Field. Now, it generates him 6 mana. And with the addition of the ramp cards, so to speak, like Hidden Strings, which can untap 2 permanents, also has Pour Over the Pages, which can untap 2 lands. So he's basically generating or netting in positive mana, basically ramping up into his big spells, which is Granted, which he can get from his sideboard or master. There you go, the declaration from Tito Tani, as he's able to get the Thespian Stage up and rolling. He got excited, so he's not even sure if he can pull it off this turn. Alright, Pour Over the Pages, untaps 2 lands, draws 3, and discards card. So yeah, so basically the deck ramps up into a big spell, and that big spell is coming from the sideboard, which is usually Omniscience, which makes everything you cast from your hand free, so you can basically cast anything. And then you can cast Granted again to get like Enter the Infinite or peer into the Abyss to draw your whole deck, and cast Jace, Wilder Mysteries, and take up with its possibility to win the game. So that's how the deck works. The deck also wins by slamming in an Ugin as early as turn 3. Or turn 4, which is like the most consistent turn to actually go off. Alright. There's the other Pour Over the Pages. He is definitely going off, drawing 3 cards, untapping, and discarding. So Shinji is just observing his mana, making sure he's not off with his math. Hidden Strings, there you go, untaps 2 lands. So that's netting basically 4 mana. And he already has a Granted. Does he have enough for the Omniscience? I believe he does. He has 6. If he has... So Granted is basically a wish card. He reveals the Peer into the Abyss. And he's got... Oh, Hidden Strings. Alright. Untaps more. Netting 4 more again. Floating 3 black. And he has 3 more mana. So he's going to draw half of his deck. And he's going to lose half of his life. What up, Chrissy? We got Virgil boy, Unamunchi in the building. So rounded down, I believe. Rounded up. I think rounded up. Peer into the abyss rather than the enter the infinite right now is because, all right. So he cycles with the vizier. Is because it's 3 mana less. No. All right. So another cycle from the vizier. There's the wilt. Tito Tani getting stressed. Yeah, Sir Haley, we literally mean Tito. Okay, you know, like, it's all grown up, got kids. And Shinji is not qualified to be a Tito yet. He's far from it. Anyways, Balaga recovery. Getting the hidden strings to untap his 2 lands. Seems like a value turn. So he's back to 6 mana. But he didn't like what he saw. So he's gonna dig for some more answers. I believe this is still turn 4. This is still Tito Tani's turn. And Shinji has 3 cards in his hand. He needs to untap into his turn in order to win. I think he should have enough if he has the burn spells he needs. Because he already has 2 Soulscar Mage. There you go, hidden strings. Can he finish it off? There's the Baral. Add 6 again. Can he? Yeah, he's gonna pour for 4, I believe. Por favor, draws 3 cards. Discards a card, untaps 2 lands, so he's netting 2, I believe. Because he only spent 4 mana. Strategic planning spends 1. So discards 2 cards, gets 1 instead. So that's 7 mana. Hidden strings again, so that's 12 mana. I think that's enough. I think he's got enough. Planning. Dang, he's really digging. He's really digging hard. Balaga recovery, alright. I think he'll get the pour. Yep. It's gonna cast the pour, taps the Lotus field. And this is degeneracy in its highest peak. So he's counting 2 cards in his library. But even Tito Tani is very wary of Shinji's remaining mana. That could be a Wizard's Lightning. So casting granted. So I believe he's about to pull out a Jace. Even with the Wizard's Lightning, it's not going to be enough. So reveals the Jace. Casting Jace. Hey! So he went for the Wizard's Lightning like I called it out. Woo! And Tito Tani looking really good right now.